Detroit in June of 1963 before going to Washington, doing it at the 1963 March on Washington. And she tell me, Remal, in 67, Dr. King's last year, he couldn't make payroll a lot because a lot of donors had stopped giving money to his organization because he had come out against the war in Vietnam. And I went on the road and did 11 cities with Harry Belafonte to raise money to cover Dr. King's payroll when I was a young artist. And then from there all the way through her career, it was the Free Mandela movement, Stevie Wonder getting the Dr. King holiday. She would always lend her presence. And then when I started becoming known, she knew me when I was a boy preacher. She was about 13, 14 years older than me, but her father used to come preach at the church. So as I grew, she said, I know who you are, and I'm going to help you. And she would. She'd come to my event. She would send us checks. I remember one time she sent me a check to National Action Network, and I saw her a few months later. I said, Miss Franklyn, I'm so taken aback that you sent me a check. I framed it. She said, boy, you better put that in the bank before I move all the money out that account. She said, if you ever hear a copy of the check, frame the copy. I mean, she was like that. But her legacy was that she never was disconnected from her community. She was never one that lost her authenticity. No star that made her too big for her not to stay grounded. You could be the tallest tree in the music forest. As long as you were connected to your roots, that decides your height. And I learned that from her. She liked to cook. She'd laugh and talk. I would always go to her birthday party. She was all the way real and regal at the same time. She was real and she was regal. And she appreciated people that never forgot their roots and would take a stand. When she, as C.L. Franklin's daughter, took a stand and started singing R&B, some of the church folks criticized her. Then in the rhythm and blues world, they criticized her because she'd always put a gospel song in her show. She never in any way wavered. She had this internal strength that she would do things because she felt it was right. So we've lost the greatest female vocalist of all time, but also a great freedom fighter. And I've lost a dear friend. The world will never have another Aretha Franklyn. And I know she stood for what's right. And let me say this, Steve, there's a lot of that in you. That's why I wanted to call you.
What, nephew?
Essence Festival I'm hosting. I done brought my mama because my mama know Miss Aretha Franklyn gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and say, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Aretha Franklyn. Don't see Miss Aretha Franklyn at all. 5 minutes go by. My mama say, she ain't got her money yet, baby. I said, huh? She ain't got her money yet. Aretha don't come out there without her money. I said, what are you talking about? Miss Aretha Franklyn came out there with this gigantic purse with her money and sat it on that stool and started singing. I said, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Queen. Yes, that's the queen.
But the old school artists are still that way. Here we go. Hey, who is this?
Hey, Steve, this is Keith Sweat. My condolences definitely goes out to the family of Miss Aretha Franklyn. She was definitely a pioneer and opened doors for so many people. I mean, musically, and just really was definitely a class act. I mean, I remember Aretha back in the day where I used to walk down, being from Harlem, I used to walk down the streets of Harlem and look on the Apollo sign, and it would say Aretha Franklyn performing tonight. And I would be the line all the way around the corner, 7th Avenue, Lenox Avenue, it would go as far back as that. So for me, I know we've lost someone that, has been an inspiration to and someone who has opened many doors for people like Mary J. Blige, the Beyoncés of the world, and just the list goes on and on and on, and she will be truly, truly missed. She was definitely one who set standards for so many people today in this R&B game and this music game, period. And, that was at a time where the pop music was R&B music. So, I mean, just her legacy extends from generations upon generations. So, you know, she will be truly, truly missed, man.
I just remember one time when I met her, I was working at WGCI in Chicago.
I won't nobody.
Yes, and she gave a concert, and the radio station hosted the concert, and afterwards we got a chance to go up and meet Aretha Franklin. Oh my God! You had to walk up these stairs. You had to wait. You talk about waiting in line here at the Gucci store, Steve. Off the air, you talked about that, but I didn't care how long the line was to wait to see Aretha. And when it finally came to be my turn, they opened the door. I took a deep breath, and there she was, sitting there like the queen that she is.
Come on.
Yes. And it was really like meeting the queen. I mean, really, I did everything but curtsy. I did everything. I did everything but that.
We're going to go to the phones.
Good morning, Steve. Anthony Hamilton. Yeah, man. Aretha was a big influence on my music. Just her delivery and the passion she had. I remember one time I was supposed to have done a tribute to her, singing her song, and she requested that not only I sang, but that I sing my own music. She wanted me to sing Charlene and Can't Let Go. And I was like, wow, here it is, a tribute for her. But she understands the importance of an artist being an artist and delivering their own songs. So it was really touching to know that she wanted that. And, you know, back when I was like really young, about 7 or 8, I was so used to hearing just gospel. And my family was playing this music that felt like gospel, but I heard the lyrics, "You make me feel like a natural woman," and I was blown away. I was just like, well, how could it not be gospel if it makes me feel like that? And from then on, I was just really drawn to learn more, to feel more, and experience more of that sound. And Aretha had it consistently. It's a big miss, but her legacy will live on through my kids, and the legendary Aretha Franklin will always be around.
Coming up, we are celebrating the life, the music, and the legacy of the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.